Hello there, Taurus, and welcome to your timeless oracle messages. I hope you're doing good. Now let's find out what Spirit wants you to know when it comes to your current situation, whenever you get this video and it resonates for you. And this is for Taurus and Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, we might be in this place where we are taking our time with decisions, especially major life decisions, but also just daily choices. And what's happening here, Taurus, is balance. Thank you, angels, for bringing my life into balance. Yes, because you have endured a sense of imbalance, which is life, right? But you are being given some type of advantage here when it comes to standing in your own truth, not compromising what you are truly worth, right? In relationships, in your career, or other personal pursuits. Just take what resonates for you. Now, the scales are coming out, and to me, that signifies the zodiac sign Libra. So just take Libra how you want to. I'm just going to put the zodiac signs out there when I see it. So your angels right now are nudging you, encouraging you to maintain a sense of a balance. You're not overdoing something or underdoing something. And again, we're just being careful with choices right now, taking your time too. I feel that it really is about taking time to make these choices here and not just, doing something on a whim. Well, of course, we do live in a life where we're able to do things on a whim here, but there's something about taking your time because you have gained wisdom. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. Gaining wisdom. I was just talking to you about your wisdom here. Choose to know the truth because you can. Now, isn't this significant? Because the scales represent justice, truth, integrity. Open your inner vision. Okay, so Taurus, depending on where you're at in your soul's journey, some of you, you know that you've got this ability to see through deception. You know when someone is BSing or when something is just not right. And what you're doing is nurturing that, practicing it, honoring it, trusting it, because it truly is your guidance. You were born with this. Look at this. You can see through deception. Now, isn't this interesting? Because of the scales. Let the past go and make room for a better life. Rise up. Magic and wisdom are your birthright. There is profound changes that has taken place and will take place. Pay attention to gut feelings here. Let's see what else for you. Now I sense more air sign coming through with the owl magic, which would be Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Oh my goodness, I just said Gemini. Okay, now the Lovers is associated with Gemini. Choices. We were just talking about this. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for you. Yes, I was just telling you, Taurus, you're going to have a profound change. You've already been going through profound changes, and it's all been culminating and leading up to a choice that's going to make you happy, healthy. It's healing for you and whoever or others that are involved. Now, for those that are maybe in a place where you are searching or seeking for partnership, or you are overcoming trials and tribulations in a current important relationship, well, you're discovering something here. There's a sense of new sweetness, attraction, harmony, love here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're leaving an old relationship or relationships behind and harmonizing with those that serve your highest good. I'm also seeing someone here that you're attracting. Maybe you already have that person in your life, but someone who's a truth seeker as well, because I get this energy that you're a truth seeker. So this is coming up very soon. Now it could be, depending on where you're at, could be 6 days, 6 weeks, 6 months. This is why everything is adding up. So right now, Taurus, you're not going to wait for things. Right now, every choice you make counts. It's leading up to an important meeting or union here that is beneficial for you and, again, others. Let's see what else Spirit wants you to know. The miracle of forgiveness. Okay, hold on. There's another card here. Spiritual support. Forgive yourself, forgive others. I know it's easier said than done, and you may have heard this over and over, but really it's hitting the reset button. And perhaps take this if it resonates. You know, when we go through some challenging times, we can also feel, a disconnection from spiritual support, angels, God, Jesus, the universe, whatever you believe in. But thank you, Jeremiel, for helping me understand the process of forgiveness, because you're going to open yourself up to exploring something that is natural. It's like a natural balance here because of your strength, because of your past experiences. Dear angels, I allow you to support me as I grow to become more spiritually aware. Yes, you're becoming more spiritually aware because you are doing something that counts when it comes to integrity, balance, choices. Now, there may be apologies here, giving, receiving, or just healing what we need to heal so that we can move on and take flight, just like this owl. And owls, wow, they're so majestic. They're so beautiful. And if you notice, they fly mostly in silence. So move in silence confidence if you need to here, knowing that you are holding something true to you, and you will discover and get what you deserve here in love, relationship, perhaps something important with your career or spiritual path here. What else? Okay, your prayers do matter. This is weird. Before this came out, I was getting something about your prayers matter. Maybe it's been a while since you've been praying. And sometimes when we get into prayer, we sometimes, not all, but just hear me out if you resonate with this. It's not praying for what you think you need. It's just praying because you deserve great blessings, and you're being taken care of. And that might help some of you, especially if you've been in a place where you're praying maybe possibly out of desperation instead of knowing that you're blessed by the heavens here, that you're being divinely guided, that you're being divinely protected, that yes, sometimes it hurts when we see people doing bullshit. I know, I've dealt with it too. Trust me. And it's not easy to know something about someone or people and to hold that as a secret too, because it's not something that all can see. And so you're literally looking in the soul of someone. And whether that person realizes it or not, they can either be truly touched by it or they could be truly triggered by it because you hold spiritual truth and light. Someone is drawing closer to you. Thank you, Sandolphin, for delivering my prayers to heaven. Now, I was just reading about Sandolphin being one of the tallest angels, the one that reaches source here. So it's almost like literally your prayers go through this vessel and right to the source. And you're being given signs and omens here. Now, I would say for those Taurus that you're seeing repeatedly seeing signs from owl spirit, then you really do need to heed the messages. That may be a warning about something that could be imbalanced here, because you're truly guided. When you're truly guided, it's hard to ignore signs. What else? Connect with music. Music is so important to shift our energy, possibly just get out of your, mind, or get out of whatever challenge that we're feeling. And relaxing, playing music, dancing to music, whatever kind of music gets you moving and grooving, do it. It can literally change your mood within seconds. And I know a lot of you may know that already. Thank you, angels, for inspiring me through music. And not only that, but when you're, breaking free, letting loose, enjoying the moment, singing, dancing, listening, whatever, you will inspire yourself because you are now far more open and available to reach inspiration, to reach divine messages, to reach some type of creativity and maybe a new love, or finding a resurgence of love of maybe something or someone that you might have felt distance or losing interest in, but perhaps it was about burnout, because we're in this place of aligning to balance here. And I love how the scales are equal, and look at these two people here, it's equal. What else? Count your blessings. Oh yeah, the universe is going to show you some unexpected um, turn of events, or events leading up to something here. Thank you, universe and angels, for the blessings in my life. More is coming. Your prayers have been heard, whether you've been doing it energetically or literally saying it, praying it. Now, I feel also you are someone too, Taurus, that has the ability to send other people's prayers that may have lost faith or feeling wary from spirit, and sending those to heaven as well. You have spiritual support. Perhaps there's different things that catch your eye, little orbs or something like that. Pay attention. Those little weird things, they're not so weird once you know who and what they are. Your spiritual team, your spiritual support. Pay attention to what you already have. I know sometimes it's easier to get into a place of counting your blessings when you're feeling already good, but when you're feeling challenged, it can be a little difficult. But you might be inspired to start writing something here, but your blessings are accumulating here. What you put out, you receive, energetically, physically, whatever. What else for Taurus? I'm getting a wish fulfillment with that count your blessings. So water sign is coming through, study and learning. Also, earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Thank you, angels, for allowing me to see that every day is a learning day. Yes, turning things into wisdom from your past experience, studying your life, studying life itself. Now, perhaps for some of you, this could be scholarly, this could be your career, this could be a spiritual thing. But the secret on this is to do something that you're inspired by, not that you have to do it. You don't want to learn something when it's feeling like you have to dread it. That's not the way. So dive into something here. You've got a lot of potential. You may even receive that extra money or the extra resource or that extra time to study and learn, because here you are manifesting more balance into your life. And so you've taken some type of inspired action, or you will. And what you're doing is accumulating more good fortune for yourself. I mean, what do you think happens when we start to really learn and study and grow? We continue to receive blessings. That's it. Learn more and gain more. Again, do something that you feel good to learn about. It's not about making it horrible for yourself. I mean, who wants to do that? What else? Now, sometimes I know we have to do things, I understand. Sometimes we have to take some classes or courses, or maybe sometimes we have to just sit through something that is not interesting. But for the most part, there's some type of new opportunity here to dive into, to explore. You are seeing signs from heaven, I told you. I feel that they're showing you signs too about what to focus on. Maybe for some of you, it could just be that you want to entertain yourself with a good book, Thank you, heaven, for sending me reminders of your presence. I mean, look at this. What do you notice? What dreams are you having? What loved one on the other side is coming through? This is really significant for you, and it only strengthens your connection to spirit. You know, I also see this thing that while you're sleeping, you're being healed. You're being loved on here. So you've got a lot of support. I told you with this owl, it's like noticing things that are repeating for you. And that's when you make the choice or the decision what to do with what you see that's repeating here. That's the power. I was going to, okay. I should say, you know what? I wonder if the Hierophant card would come out because I kind of feel like it's already here. But anyhow, I have one tarot deck. We'll see. Spiritual gifts, open your heart. Something is happening to you. Okay. You're having profound changes within yourself, your environment, your own abilities, talents, and gifts. And another reason why, you know, writing, learning, diving into something, music, it really starts to open other avenues for you. But you got to just make that initiative to do it, right? So open your heart. We got water sign. And I also feel there's, you know, the Hierophant coming through where guardian angels, a higher force, and also sticking to something that you feel that you like to be obedient by. It's not something that you feel punished by, but something where you're feeling dedicated and loyal, right? Utilizing your spiritual gifts. Thank you, Raziel, for helping me. Razel, for helping me channel my gifts and talents. And when you open your heart, it's like you're falling in love with some type of spiritual insight, spiritual blessings, really sensing your true connection between you and Source. So there's something here that's cracking open your heart here. Now pay attention to those impulses, especially energetic impulses through your heart chakra, your mind, your third eye, I should say, and your palms here. There's a lot going on with you, and there's a lot going on with who and what you're attracting into your life from this point on. What else? Seraphim. Turn into the divine will, open to higher illumination. See, there's this driving force. It's like the divine's will. You've really connected to your will and the divine's will, and harness that. Know that you've got the support and allow that to be your source of power here. Because what your will is the divine's will. Something is happening here where we're exploring, sensing, and opening up to events, circumstances that unfold beautifully for you. And you're opening yourself up to a higher illumination. I mean, look at this. Let's get more about this. Tune into the divine will. Open to that higher illumination. Man, I'm telling you. Spiritual support, guardians of the land, support from nature, the forces of nature here. Look at this protection. Tune into the divine's will. And it's not hard once you come back to this place of, you know, finding your center. Just find your center if it's been a little difficult. And you will tap into that divine's will. You will honorably keep walking the path that you are meant to take, because you're meant to take the lead here. Know that you have great protection that's overlooking your situation, overlooking you and your loved ones. Now, there may be something here with a piece of land for some of you guys. Also, here you are being a steward of your own land, property, or wherever you have been placed by spirit. Change, see, there's a profound change, and you're doing it already with grace. And you are being grace with, you know, maybe forgiveness for some of you that have a hard time forgiving yourself for something that you might feel was a mistake, or shoulda, coulda, woulda done, but it's just the experience here. You're moving through this change with grace, optimism, and new spiritual eyes and new spiritual wings. So things are taking off. You're going to also start to feel a lot more lighthearted and free, and knowing that you are watched over by loved ones and heaven. I just have to keep bringing this up. A truth or a truth has been revealed, and more truths will continue to be revealed here, allowing you to take flight, allowing you to sharpen in on your focus of what is really a priority. Speak your truth. Oh, we got that balance too. So, that sense of making things fair and right? So when it comes to not holding back, now there may be, just take it if it resonates, okay? There may be something where you might even question yourself. You might even, you know, not want to say something, but you may need to. You may need to reveal the truth that you see within others when the time is right and you feel it's appropriate. Now, there's always a beautiful way to speak these truths without making someone upset, perhaps, or also you not worrying about upsetting someone, because whether or not, there's some type of revealing here and exposure, right? So we need to expose the lies. We may need to expose something here that is causing discord. Don't be afraid that you're going to hurt someone's feelings. Your true friends, your true love, people that cherish you, and vice versa, will always try to come from a place of understanding for the most part, right? And so there is something that Spirit is saying you have the right to speak. You have the right to say something, whether they like it or not. Now, this might also be a time where a lot of you Taurus, if you find yourself in a position in life where you are speaking, doing your thing here, maybe your spiritual gifts, your wisdom, don't be afraid to take the lead. Don't back down from something or someone, because Spirit is saying you have this wisdom here. You already know the truth. You can already see this. And now you're speaking your truth. You're owning it. See this? Look at that. Owl magic. Choose to know the truth in that balance. It's like you're already in it. You've already become someone new. And not only that, but Spirit is gifting you the words, the wisdom, and the confidence to say what you need when you need to say it, so that you're not holding back. Because sometimes that can happen with that forgiveness, is that we're afraid to say something and then we just keep holding it on, which puts pressure just on you, because it's just something that we're hanging on to. What else? And others may need to hear what you have to say, Taurus, like seriously. Yeah, you've got a lot to say. See, told you, spirit animal guides are talking to you, helping you remain strong, helping you remain attached, but also detached at the same time to people, emotions, circumstances, anything that could cause upheaval here. There's another way here. Spirit is speaking to you not only through animals, but also people, circumstances. So pay attention, right? Thank you, Animal Kingdom, for blessing my path with love. And a lot of you may also feel a strong connection to the animal world here, right? Protecting them, knowing and honoring their own divinity. And so some of you might have this thing where you're doing something for a great cause, not just for humanity, but also the animal kingdom here. But you are truly being guided by, again, the forces of spirit and the forces of nature. Count your blessings. They're leading you to a path that is only going to open your heart more and more. And when you're opening your heart more and more, you're creating more abundance in your life. That's why, when you notice people, and I'm sure you already know this, but if you really look at people and observe their life and what they've accumulated, what they've had, you'll notice that people who literally complain or who's miserable, either because they haven't been taught something or they've just given into the woes of life, they only accumulate more misery. They just continue to have more things to complain about, and there's no change. Okay, this gratitude is coming out a little bit weird. So this is part of this alchemy here too. Sometimes it's hard to see the blessings here, especially when we feel that we've been mistreated, or there's things or people that we can't trust. But there's also the opposite that exists too, that you can trust people, that you can be grateful, that you have what you need to continue to move forward here. More things are coming to you. Now, talking about spirit animal, I'm just going to point some animals out for you. Stag spirit is coming out twice. Okay, we've got a stag there, got a stag there. Owl, eagle here. Which animal, a dragonfly, which animal or insect or whatever, spiritual, beautiful creation here, whatever you want to call it, insects, animals, whatever they're speaking to you here. So let's get more about this, because this is coming out twice here with count your blessings and gratitude. Let's get more with this gratitude. Oops, let's get more with this gratitude card for you, for Taurus. I feel this thing where spirit wants you to roam free a little bit here too. I'm just seeing the stag being out in this open field, find a place where maybe it's, taking a hike or something, somewhere you can just kind of roam free in nature. If you can. I know some people live in the city and it might be hard to find a little sanctuary. Somewhere where you can roam free here. Letting go. You're coming into a new season. This is just the life cycles, right? Endings and beginnings, just like the seasons. And so you have let go and you're preparing for the next season of abundance here. We've got that spirit guardian of autumn. And this is something we can't control, especially if you do live in an area where you have the 4 seasons. You really do notice, right? The seasons changing. That's life teaching us too, that as humans, and unfortunately we're not taught this in modern day culture, that, well, maybe some, but anyhow, we're not really taught things about the seasons and honoring our own energy levels. It's all about, especially if you live in the Western world, it's all about go go go, work work work, da 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 da. Well, no. Okay, no, yes, that can work at times. But we also are in this place of honoring spirit, honoring a higher force, and allowing ourselves not to have to do so much work and maybe even obsession about it, okay? But yes, we're letting go. We're being grateful for whatever season brought you that experience. I mean, just thank it for those experiences, the abundance it may have brought to you. And abundance comes in all forms: knowledge, people, emotional fulfillment, yes, and material things. Just honor it and thank it, because you are coming into a new season. What else? Create a solid spiritual foundation. Oh, and be in service to the planet here. I see this is exactly what you're doing here. Spirit is gifting you spiritual gifts, blessings from the unseen that's unraveling, unfolding for you to stumble upon. And you are creating a solid foundation, a spiritual foundation. Look at that, counting your blessings here. That spiritual support that is already surrounding you. Where you think you're going from here? Up. This is what you're doing, is creating that strong spiritual foundation. Enter the higher planetary service. Be a blazing light. Yeah, you're being called for service here. You're being called to just shine your light, big or small, it doesn't matter. You already have a higher knowing. You already know something here. You know, don't second guess yourself. You're entering different spiritual realms as well, in and out, weaving in and out of the spiritual and the material, because you've got the ability to do so. This is why we sometimes get confused a little bit by our own intuition. But that happens when we start to, you know, get bombarded by too many ideas or people's influence, which is fine. I mean, if someone influences you in a positive and good way and it resonates with you, take it. But if it doesn't, then, you know, you already know what's up here. You are someone who is blazing a trail. You know, you're taking the lead without really knowing where it's going to take you, but you just know that you will thrive. That's the secret here. What else? Meandering pathway. Yes. It's all about going with the flow here. It's, you know, just not one straight path, but you're meant to take your time as you are going on this pathway that has twists and turns here. That flow, gratitude. Let's get more about this pathway and where it's leading you, or what spirit will give us with this. You got more about blazing your light. Thank you, Uriel, for helping me to share my light with the world. And so this meandering pathway is letting you know that you're a wise sage. Look at that with that light. Look at the light. And here you are shining your light because you've blazed a trail for yourself. You found something. Spirit is saying you are meant and destined for success. Now, there may have been something that, you know, had you questioning about your light here. Be in service to the planet in some way, shape, or form here. Now, I see a lot of that sun energy. So there may be something here too where you are in the spotlight. Your work or something that you do will have some type of reward, recognition, and success. What else? Oh, yeah. Okay. Links, keeper of secrets. I love this about you. I really love this about you, Taurus. Oh, take time out from the world and be the observer. Watch. You know, I was telling you, watch. Watch what's going on here. Nothing. Okay. You know what? You're getting this again with that owl. And look, nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing. You see others' secrets and keep them sacred. In silence and solitude, you will find your strength. You are someone who needs to recharge your batteries through great times of solitude, being solitary at times, and it's okay. You know, you see other secrets. This is the thing that I was telling you, you know, you being able to see into the soul of someone, but you're doing it without a sense of judgment, right? Because we're not there to pick on someone or to spot out, you know, things that are not in harmony with what they truly want or they deserve. But there's things that you notice about other souls. And spirit is, you know, honoring you for just keeping it to yourself. Because you're just, again, because you're detached. No, you're detached, but not in a way where you're not, you know, going to be available if someone may need your guidance or wisdom here of some type. But you're not going to be bothered if, you know, maybe other souls are, you know, having to learn their own lessons and you get to watch. In fact, why do I feel like there's something about karma is playing out here? Because I feel like you took the high road in something here, and now karma is having to play out. So, you know, perhaps resist saving others when it comes to their lessons that they need to learn here, because you're meant to watch in silence as something unfolds. What else? And I also see that you are a trustworthy ally or becoming one for others. And what a blessing that is, to have that position in life where others truly are guided towards you. They trust you somehow. They know you know something about them, but in a way that you're able to just kind of keep it, you know, on the down low, right? You know what's the word when people are, you know, out there, if someone is like getting counseling or therapy, confidential, that's it, confidential, you're keeping things confidential. Archangel Hope, look for the cosmic gift. Oh my goodness, see, remember, you deserve it. You know, Taurus, there's something that happens, right, to all of us at times where we start to question whether we should have it, deserve it. And this is a time where you are meant to receive. You're going to get some type of unexpected abundance. You need to remember, though, that you deserve it. And I feel this is what that forgiveness is too, where we're hitting the reset button. Wherever the forgiveness went, we're just at this place where you're remembering something here, that you are truly cherished, that you're deserving of wonderful things, recognition, gifts. But this is a cosmic gift. Let's see if Spirit will give us a clue about this cosmic gift for you, Taurus. What's a clue about this cosmic gift? Okay, hold on here. This card was upside down. I'm just going to make sure that they're not. Look for the cosmic gift. You deserve it. And remember, you got that spiritual support. And your angels are truly lighting your path up. It's only, you know, look at the light here. In that darkness, you've got that light there. The light coming from the hands. You got that sage or the wise one on that meandering pathway that has a light on the staff there. I mean, and shine your light. Even if others don't get what you're doing, you also may need to recognize that you are ahead of your time, okay? But what you're doing is creating something also for others to follow or find as well. Listen to the inner voice. Thank you, angels, for guiding me through my inner voice about looking for those cosmic gifts. You deserve it. Look at that. Oh my goodness, more about balance. Look at this beautiful synchronicity. Thank you, angels. I trust the well-timed guidance and signs. This is your cosmic gifts. Balance, synchronicity. Ooh, it's all leading up. It's all leading up to something really important, a really good choice in life. What else for Taurus? Freedom. Oh, you see, eagle's coming out again. Eagle's coming out again for you. Freedom. Knowing that you have a higher calling and a higher way. Now, that doesn't mean that we're just, you know, letting, you know, a situation to fall away. But you know, Taurus, it's like eagle spirit is, you know, high above the clouds, flying super high here. And what I see is we're free from the attachment of the world, of others. We found some type of true freedom too when it comes to our own spirituality or personal growth, because we learned something and now we've taken flight. But Eagle Spirit is reminding you that you're not meant to be, you know, stuck in a situation or stuck with another or others that can't honor, you know, something noble and wise within you here. You're on a life journey here of mastery. So your priorities right now need to be to override anything or anyone, that can take away from something here that you're building up to and accumulating to when it comes to sowing good seeds here. Let's get more about this freedom. Remember, you have the ability to see deception. Connect with unicorns. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. Well, I was just kind of noticing the Pegasus right there. Okay, now that it says unicorn, Taurus, I feel that if you haven't seen it, you would resonate with the last SOS reading. The link to that video is in the description. Connect with unicorns, receive the white ascension flame. Something not ordinary. This is not an ordinary situation that you're going through. There's something that is just unexplainable here. You're meant to connect with the magic of life. You're meant to connect with things that maybe others, may see or view as something that they just can't comprehend. They can't understand it, but you do. You've got beautiful abilities here. You're ascending. You're purifying something as well. And a lot of you have this ability where you're purifying an old, worn out situation here. So that I don't know, it's like something like so others don't fall into that trap, or you expose something here too to help others that are worthy, right? That are willing to accept help and guidance. What else? More about truth. Oh my goodness, look at this, truth. You've got the ability to see truth. Now, sometimes truth gets exposed to us and it can be uncomfortable, but let it set you free. I mean, this is that whole thing. Look, freedom. Moving through the void and creating a new life. You've released an old season of your life. And the truth is you get a new season to feel far more appreciative or appreciated, respect, honor. Let's see what now Raven's coming through. Let's see a little bit more too about this truth for you. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, I just so much see that sun card here. Success. Look at that. Success. This is the truth. You are success no matter what you think you haven't accomplished. It's not about what you made a mistake on or what you haven't done. It's about what you have done and what you're coming into. Look, you're truly being lighted. I mean, the lantern, I'm just getting so much of hermit energy, which is associated with Virgo, but the hermit has the light within, has the answers that come from within, knows when to disengage from others when it's not serving their highest good or the highest good for others. Because you do have important things going on for you. You have an important path here. What else? I'm getting this thing too. Put your cares, your worries on vacation. Give yourself that freedom. Look at this. Oh my God. Bluebird spirit happiness. Why do I, oh my God, is that a unicorn, you guys? Again, oh my goodness, the unicorn is just showing up in, you most likely are, okay. I feel like heaven is dropping little items to you too. Little things, synchronicity, synchronicity, unicorn coming out just like that. Bam. You're all of this is leading you to success and happiness here, that meandering pathway. And then I also get this thing that something really troubled your heart. You really have healed and continuing to heal, some type of sore in the heart here. And the more that you move away from drama or even people who are dramatic, whether they're family members or people, whoever, the more free you're going to feel, the more you're going to start to see the truth within a situation. And also at the same time, you'll cultivate even compassion and understanding, because you're starting to see the blockages within those souls, because you've got that ability to see through another soul here. Now, some of you, it's just happening. You're just starting to get the gist of this. Now, if you hear that whining, that is Lenny, my kitten Lenny. He wants to come in. But let me see if there's anything more for you. Yeah, there is. And before we end the reading, we're going to have 2 questions, but maybe I'll let Lenny in, because he is a fellow Taurian. So he's most likely here to offer you a little comfort. See, honor your feelings. You know, you may or may not have been in a place where either you were conditioned, to not show your feelings, right? Because maybe it's not a sign of strength, but it really is a sign of strength when you can show and honor all of your feelings. Make sure you have a place where you can let it out. If you're pissed off, if you're angry, if you're sad, if you need to cry a lot, do it. You're going to do yourself a disservice if you don't. And by honoring your feelings, so many things come out, so many things release. And I guarantee you, you're going to feel so much better the next day. Maybe not during maybe the upheavals of whatever you're feeling. I mean, it could even be joy, right? But you're letting it go and you're releasing it. This is how you release it, by being aware of it, not ignoring it, allowing it to surface and be what it is without judgment either. But you are being told by spirit that you're allowed to feel whatever you want to feel without feeling bad, guilty, or shameful, or even embarrassed. What else? Ooh, 6 of Swords. Yes, we're moving on to peace, harmony, coming out of some troubled waters, a storm in life. Now, with the 6 of Swords, it can bring a sense of uncertainty, but where you're going is far better than where you have been. And you need to trust that you are not needing to push so hard. See, you're learning balance. This is you, okay? Here's your guardian angel taking the lead for you, while you take time to reflect, to honor all that has gone on, and to be excited about where you're going. Because those swords, to me, these swords are you're taking it with you, because those swords are a representation to me in this reading of things that have become solid for you, an experience that has turned into wisdom. And now that it's turned into wisdom, you have 6 swords here to utilize at your disposal, which means you'll know how to concentrate, you'll know how to focus on the truth, you know how to speak when you need to speak, you know how to wield that, sword and shape a life that you want. But we're in a place of transition. And if you notice, the waters is a little bit rough in this picture, and the water is representing your emotions, and it's okay. All right, let's see. What else? Yeah, there's that 5 of Wands. There it is. Now, it may be that some of you are in a position where you do have competition or rivals here. Don't compare yourself. Now, also, there may be others that are comparing themselves to you, or perhaps they're finding you as a rival, or we're having to deal with people who just don't know how to get along. Okay, they have something to prove here. But this is the truth here. Do we need to engage in the 5 of Wands? Because some of you, it's been a thing right now, or you need to watch out for this competition here. So let's get more about the 5 of Wands and what Spirit wants you to know. We got fire sign coming through. What's important for Taurus to know about the 5 of Wands? Okay, we got the 10. Okay, we got the 10 of Pentacles. Let's get a little bit. Okay, let's see here. We might be feeling trapped by family, or maybe some type of A previous success. Oh, you're getting out of it. You're getting out of it. You're getting out of it. But you're going to have to use determination and will. Okay. Now this might not be easy. This might not be easy, because this means that you have to break free from others, or break free from something here that's been maybe inner turmoil or inner conflict, maybe due to fear or stress, you know. And Spirit is saying with this Chariot, again, you've got the power of the divine's will here. The obstacle may only be in the mind right now, so we have to pay attention. But also, there's something about a push and pull. There's like a push and pull here with priorities, figuring out. You know, I told you, I feel, you know, be the lynx here. You know, that lynx is being the observer. I mean, watch, you know, take the blindfold off and just see what happens here. Because sometimes, you know, we can just look at it in a way where we're not attached to it emotionally, but we can watch it from afar and allow it to be entertainment. You know, and maybe it's your own drama show here in real life. But anyhow, Spirit is saying, come out though, Taurus. Some of you, you're all dressed and ready, but you might be fearing whether or not you're truly ready. You are. But with the Chariot, we're going to have to summon, we're going to have to cultivate that drive, that power. And this is it too, that you're getting into the driver's seat of your own life. And yes, I do feel that because you've got so much love and spiritual support that maybe others just don't understand yet, and maybe they don't realize that they can have it too, they're going to be triggered by you. They'll be challenged by you. Don't let it bother you. I mean, look at you. You're sitting here in the driver's seat of your own life, and you're leaving these things behind. Things that have tied you down, the drama perhaps that have tied you down in something here. Or some of you, it's just about, you know, you might not feel that you're ready, but you are. You truly are with the Chariot here. This is all about victory. This is about moving out of some type of stagnation. This is also a Taurus, you know, when it comes to competition with that Chariot showing up, you're a force to be reckoned with, even against all odds and opposition. If you stay true to the course, you are going to be successful. I mean, look at that success. Now, the other thing that I see too, and I saw it earlier, Taurus, is you're going to be somehow, some way, you are going to remove that obstacle. Whatever it is, you're going to confront that obstacle, because you know where you're driving towards is great fortune, great foundation here. Remember, we're talking about that solid foundation, that spiritual solid foundation. Well, when you do that, you create a solid material situation for yourself. Some of you, okay, there's another thing, another story coming out too, where someone may be coming towards you and you may hesitate here. You may hesitate. You might not, okay, I don't, you know, because some of you, it's like, you know, I feel like this person may come off very strong, very ambitious, very successful, and maybe you question yourself here. But it's like, why? You're ready for this. Remember, you have changed. You might not feel it or notice it, but you've already become a new person. You're preparing for the next season here, Taurus. You're preparing for your season of fruit, a very fruitful life. What else? Look at that. Judgment came out. This is this is a calling here. This is rising up to a new life, new choices, a new way. We're not feeling that we've been buried into something here. Let's get a little bit more about this Judgment. Now, if some of you, take this if it resonates, if some of you feel like tied down with something here, somehow, some way, something is going to break something open here where you're not feeling strapped with something or someone. See, patience. This is it right here. You know, and it could be that we have to have patience for others, right? Because I know that I was talking about seeing, into the soul of someone else. But we also have to have understanding, compassion, because we know too, with our own self, we're not perfect, you know, and we shouldn't really expect that from others either, because everyone is learning at a different level. But there's something about allowing the fog to burn away. You got to move slower. You got to be with what the circumstance is giving you. If you can't do something quickly or right away, then it's okay. Spirit is saying you've got to let the fog go away so that we can take a step where we know that it's going to be fine, right? Remember, I was saying taking your time with decisions, taking your time with choices. Oh, there's another card that wants to come out with that foggy bog. Yeah, look at that purification. Oh my God, that is so, it's so fitting with the judgment, because the judgment is also representation of the phoenix rising here. A situation has been purified. Look at the fire. You're in the process of purifying something in a way that is helping you ascend to feel lighter. You're also because you're doing this work too, you're calling other souls to wake up with you. Patience as the purification process happens. What else? Yeah, look, you're waiting for the right timing. Patience, take time to heal. You have been in some type of battle, internal or external or both, whatever, but it is time to allow yourself to be bogged in here. Look at that. Look at the fog too, right there. Look at the fog. I mean, this is just so cool how Spirit's talking. Look at the fog. You're waiting for the fog to clear, and you're allowed to wait. You're allowed to be patient. You don't have to rush into something or someone. Because I feel that there may have been a rush here on something, and maybe we're like, whoa, we need to slow down here, or maybe we need to retrace our steps and see how we don't make that mistake again. You know? Okay, let's see what else. Oh my gosh, Lenny is back. Okay, there's a lot more for you. Page of Swords, this is a new beginning. This is also something unexpected when it comes to a truth. Now, again, the fog is clearing up here, but the only way to clear it up is what Spirit is saying is try to have a beginner's mind, because we're putting the past behind us. Now, we may need to put our suspicion aside as well with the Page of Swords. Let's get more about this Page of Swords. Oh, Lenny is just wanting to come in. Lenny again is my kitten. Actually, he'll be one on May 4th. So he is a Taurian. Oh, look at that still. Okay, watch, pay attention, be the observer. Where that links. This is the observer here. The information that you're going to get, it will come and it will be truth. And the truth is this is your new chapter. You have turned into a beautiful swan. Yes, you have. Be still. Take your time. Notice how much has already changed and what's really occurring in your life. You're writing a whole new story. And I feel that this might even be what others may see as a fairy tale story, but who gives a shit? I'm proud of you and I'm happy for you. I want you to have a freaking fairy tale story, my God, because I can see it. Look at that. We have everything we want. I mean, we are feeling complete. And even if, you know, because we in life, and as you get older, and for those older, mature, you know, subscribers or listeners out there, you know that things are not as permanent as we want things to be. But when you have something solid inside of you, there's nothing that life can do to you that will make you feel that you've lost things or that you can't, you know, feel abundant. You are designed and made for success. Okay, what else? Nope, that is actually it. Okay. Long reading, Taurus. Okay, so thanks for hanging in there. I'm working on Spirit's time. Okay, so this is about you. Now, let's find out before we end the reading. I want to find out what you have to look forward to in the near future. And maybe as I'm shuffling the cards, I'll let Lenny come in since it's the end of the reading. Come on, Lenny, and you better be a good boy because I am doing a reading. So my kitten Lenny will jump on the table. Let's see what Taurus has to look forward to here. What does Taurus have to look forward to in the near future? There he is. Freedom and a new adventure. A new adventure here. Perhaps also a companion, maybe a person companion or a animal companion. But the Fool's card is associated with Aries. What you have to look forward to is being light, feeling light, having a new sense of hope. And also, I was seeing another card earlier that it was like the Fool's card. It said, take a leap. In fact, it was one of these angel cards. I have to hold my cat now because he wants to go over to my equipment and he might ruin the reading. Freedom. This is total freedom. This is bliss, by the way. All right. Now, before we end the reading, let's find out what is Spirit's guidance for you for the next week. Oh, look at that. It just came right on out. Oh, follow your heart. And find your balance with your mind, with your heart, your spirituality. And also, you know, there's someone here possibly where we are falling in love, or perhaps there's a proposal or forgiveness. Let's get a little bit more about this Knight of Cups for Spirit's guidance here. This is someone who is spiritually aware as well, because they're really listening to their intuition. They're following their dreams. Let's get more about the Knight of Cups for what Spirit wants you to, what Spirit's guidance for you for the next week. And also look at all that protection. See, oh, and you know what's funny too? The Knight of Cups usually has a horse, right? Okay, look at this. This is about freedom. Your heart is pure and free. That, oh my God, that is the Knight of Cups. That is the Knight of Cups. And also this Knight has spiritual armor here. A greater purpose calls you, told you this is what you're waking up to. A very profound purpose here for you. You have unlimited reserves and of stamina and strength. Yes, you do. You follow the winds of change. Yes, you do. This is the, oh my God. Okay. And accomplish your dreams. This is, what did I say? You are following your dreams. And there's a companion here. See, you've got a tribe. You're not alone. You are not alone. You have horse spirit as well. All right. Now, I hope that this was helpful. Love and light. Take care.